NIO with 5,300 insurance registrations. That's for the first full week, the 1st through the 7th in July. This is a phenomenal number. It's the number 6 week overall that NIO's had, but far and away, easily the best start to a month that NIO has had. And here's what I'm talking about. Let's do a little comparison so you can see what I'm thinking and recognizing. This is April 1st through the 7th. So the same dates, just in a different month. 2,100 was the number for that week. 5,300 this week. How about May, though? May ended up being, at that time, a new monthly delivery record. NIO, with the first full week in May, the 6th through the 12th, they had 4,400 in that week. And then what about June, which also ended up being another new monthly delivery record, 3,500. That was for the first full week in June, the 3rd through the 9th. Folks, this 5,300 number is big. This is a really good number. I am very happy with this. I had two thoughts when I first saw it. The first was, wow, that's a crazy strong number to start the month. The second was, do shorts realize they may get torched again? I think we've seen it before, and I think we may see it again. If they don't wise up to what is happening, NIO is starting to become recognized. And here's another nod to that. NIO at the number 5 spot. This is for the June numbers, but it's only BEV. It is, however, all price ranges. So this is NIO against everyone else, including the low and cheap mass market stuff, and they still rank number 5. Look, the slowest area of the market to move over has been the premium to pure BEVs, and more on that in just a second. But this is a video I wanted to highlight and reference back to. I did this video in May, and here's how the video starts. I think it's finally happening, and I'm talking about the first major growth phase coming into full effect for NIO, and I think we will see this reflected in the deliveries, which is why I wanted to start here. Okay. Now, I've got timestamps in this video, and I'll link it so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. But right here at 1 minute, 25 seconds, I'm talking about NIO with the June and July numbers as indicators for us. We're in that time frame. We're seeing this start to unfold. Here's the other thing, is I've got the reference at minute 3:38, or 3 minutes and 38 seconds into the video, rather, with BMW, Mercedes, and Audi being referenced. And here's what I'm talking about with the premium being the slowest to move over to pure BEVs. They had 45 to 50,000 sales each, and yet NIO was outselling them combined on BEV sales. So NIO is still building steam. They're still becoming known. They're still becoming recognized, which is why I said I think this could be the start of NIO going into full effect, the first major growth phase as I've identified it. That's the market awareness. Basically, the company needs to be known before they can dominate, right? But there are a lot of sales that they can start taking from those companies. And so I'm very curious what the rest of this month and then onward will show from there. Also, I was just curious. I wanted to pull up. I hadn't really paid attention to what the stock was doing today on this day where I know we had a really strong number come in, and it sets the tone for what I think could be yet another monthly delivery record ahead. But we'll keep tracking the data through the month. Here's my thought. I look at this and I say, okay, NIO with its trade volume at less than 20 million, and it is 1 p.m. Central Standard Time as I'm recording this. So basically a couple hours left in the day. This is pretty low volume. And here's what's fascinating to me. When we look at things like the fails to deliver in the history, and I see like here, this spike of over 5 million shares that on a certain day where NIO traded about 85 million shares, or at least that's what we are led to believe. I don't know if everything lines up accurately or consistently, but I just think that's fascinating that 5 million plus shares couldn't be found and located. And we haven't seen that since way back here before NIO made its big run. Here's the other thing. There's really only been one time frame where we've seen the NIO stock price pop and really go. It also correlates with this time frame where the fails to deliver represented by the white lines were very low, maybe even at a normal level. So looking here and seeing the uptick of the white lines, the fails to deliver in conjunction with the NIO stock price coming down. And oh yeah, by the way, a recent finding that I had was about some new stuff that's gone on, newer in the last couple of years in the European market that can have a negative correlation and negatively impact the NIO stock price. I talked about it in a video that I shared with channel members, and I'll eventually share that with everyone, but I'm holding off for now. I'm just kind of sitting back watching everything. I can't help but wonder, and I almost want to tease the shorts and just say, here, shorty, shorty, shorty. I can't help but think we're going to see, if they don't get out of the way at some point, I think we're going to see them get torched again. That's just my thought. No financial advice. I'm just sharing what I think I'm seeing. Drop it in the comments. I want to hear from you. Have a great day. I'll be back with more content before you know it. There's a whole lot more to cover, but This was a phenomenal number by NIO. So let's see how the rest of the month goes. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you all again very soon.